Hey guys, this is me and George. We're continuing our Kadoban series. Um, I've mentioned before that when he and I started this, he had never heard of Kadoban, which blew my mind because it was just a basic part of Go for so long. But now that computers have come along, computers take care of all who's playing what color. So Kadoban is if you win 3 games in a row against a certain opponent, you change the handicap, one more, one less, depending. So we started at 4. He took me down to 3, and this is my second win at 3. So next game, we'll see what happens. Okay, very exciting
But
game.
I
Yeah.
believe you need to present your screen. I don't
Oh,
think you.
thank you. Oh, he just saved me a lot of turmoil. Thank you, George. There we go. I'm white, wearing the white hat. George is black, the bad guy wearing the black hat. And I've tried various things. I find I sort of enjoy this sort of opening. I mean, it's kind of like the whole world is open for white, although I have absolutely nothing except a bunch of cuts. But it makes for but he's shown he can handle that pretty well. So I thought, well, the pinch, I was just in the mood for the pinch. Then I thought, well, I've spent countless hours on this pinch, all the variations, pro after pro. I thought, he's probably never ever played it before. I'll probably do well. Okay, he comes out. I have a few choices here. I can extend 1 or 2. And I thought more solid, and I was interested in how he's going to handle it. Coming out finishes Black's health. And now Black can make the top big as we attack the corner. He can attack this group. He's really in a position to move forward. But he went with the pinch. Notice that if you do have a higher wall, you can pinch. You're more confident in how you want to pinch. But with just 2 stones, the pinch becomes, well, I'm not exactly sure. This seems a bit loose. So my first thought was, just give him a small area. And still I can run out. Yeah, I thought about it. I thought, well, what am I really doing here? I don't have a lot to accomplish. So I thought, well, what if I go on this side? Then I pull back, and my first thought was, well, I'll go this way. It's like, well, he's starting to get a lot over here. It's starting to become easy. So I thought, well, I'll just pull back. He's got to fix. I'm so happy to cut there. Then I'll start building the top. And I still have this, and I have this, and I got all 3. Oh, that was so big. So I start here. He says, no. Great. Do this one. This one. Okay. We all know this Joseki. Here's a Joseki we don't see a lot nowadays. Focuses on the top, gives away the corner. Black should play this way. Really holds white accountable. And now Black has a really solid base on the right. Does that make sense, George? I'm just kind of talking a mile a minute here. I can't help myself. So when you play this, the books say, oh, just take it. Okay, so it's a big move. And now if we look at the cut, doesn't work for you, but I can't afford to push, right? So that means in this position, I can't be thinking about this move, because the moment I do, I have to come back and fix. So there's no cut there. Okay, therefore, come on out, finish my shape. Yep. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go away. Well, something bothers me. Yeah, Sente. And thick to the rest. I mean, he's getting the man is drawing a big circle. So this way. Thickens me up, gets ready. There's lots of Aji on the left now. I have serious access to the center, a worthwhile white move. He's like, you're right. Now you could do it this way. Maybe I get another move out of it. How many points are you gaining? None. I mean, what? 1, 2, 3 extra points. No. Just take it. Okay. Coming in the next area. I'm not going to be doing this. Way too hard. I could do this, but we'll just go this way. I didn't use this Joseki because this is all standard, right? First, the ladder works for black. Secondly, he can attack ferociously. Everything about this is wrong. So I switched and made sure I did this.
But it was your move then. Couldn't you just settle?
Yeah, but with the ladder being in your favor, and I'm having all my moves are limited and defensive. I can't do anything.
Yeah,
was my impression. So pull back here, then there's still. I mean, heck, came all the way. I mean, I did great things in here because I didn't help you there. I don't know if that makes sense. You want to go back and look at that somewhere?
No, it's fine.
Okay. He plays a very big move. That makes playing on the right quite difficult. Big corner. Let's look at this one. I don't think so. Aji everywhere. No territory that's confirmed. This is very nice in this case.
I find it difficult because that the black wall on the O line is very, very high, so it's very difficult to know how to handle those stones.
Yeah. I think if you play something like this, you're turning it into cash, but it's such small cash for such a mighty structure.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with this. And I'm struggling with, can I come in and live? And anything I look at, it's a burden. I mean, you're so thick here, you just pounce on me. So I do something that's hard to attack. Oh, I start here instead of the right. I thought I'd play over here first. Lots of Aji, right? That's a lot of interesting things going on. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry. Okay, that makes this Sente, which is a nice big in game. And then later, I hope we have time to get there. All those stones were used magnificently by white. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I do the shoulder head. Easy way to deal with the situation. And if you're going to get a bunch, go ahead and get a bunch. That's the best I can do. Come on out. Standard stuff. Now, this is something for viewers. We see the great possibilities on the right. Nothing's real yet. How will black turn this wonderful, potentially great situation into practical? Well, dun 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 dun. Uh-oh, the bottom right corner is getting really big. That's how you do it. He transferred that profit into the bottom right. And now white is clearly not alive, so black again starts attacking and gets free points. So he turns all that stuff into practical value, and he did a darn good job. Very hard here. This seems more severe. I can't get those points. You are getting those points. I can't get those eyes. I'm having to run. It seems more severe. So I'm pretty happy to play here. I'm seeing points immediately. I see weak Blackstone sitting there. So I think that was a mistake. And then why wouldn't one cut here?
Oh, I was just worried about then you just playing R14, for
That's true.
example.
That's true.
Which is something.
So this, you're defending your cut, which I can't do right now, but I can do later. Defending the
I
cut.
felt. Yeah, no, sorry. I just felt that I was kind of already had lost a lot of my handicap stones already, and I felt like I had to be quite severe in order to make the most of this game.
I agree, because you're right. If you do play here, my life's going to be easy. The cut's there. You're not getting the points. I am getting the points. So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. That saves my cut and hurts the two stones. Okay. One out. Start messing with your corner, which almost died. I thought I had killed you. Came up with you didn't freak out. And man, I want to play away. But the cut is too severe, so just save the cut. I hated playing this move, but it's just too severe. One idea is to start coming up. So if you cut, I kill, yeah, but you're creating a massive bottom area, so it's not even worth it. So save the cut. Now I have access to the center, the bottom. I can see a couple weak groups coming about. Okay. I did a video recently about and titled it Walking the Edge. So here we are. We have an A group. How strong is it? How much time can I spend ignoring it and thinking it'll be fine? Ooh, that's tough. In handicap, you face this all the time, and you lean, depending on your opponent, you lean heavily on it's hard for him. I am 3 stones better than him. I can withstand his assault. In an even up game, the stronger you get, you got to be more and more cautious. Okay, we're at the same level. It would be really hard for me to kill that group. Let him try this kind of thing. So here I am walking the edge with the A group. Come on in. I looked at a couple ways to come in here. One further, I'm not sure I can live. If I can, it's going to be tiny and weak. So here, I'm sure I can live. Okay.
With this move, I think
outside.
I felt like I was making a statement saying that I'm going to try to kill something, because if not, because I'm handing you points on the bottom now, so I really need to kill something. Otherwise, game over.
I thought this might be the best move of the game. It's so easy to get caught up in different things when you're playing and to say, no, I don't want those points. I'm going to play to the future. I'm going to play because area 1 can get really big. I have an attack on the 2 group. I'm forcing you to live. You can't get all those points. I'll get half the. It's really insightful and patient and trusting. That's a really good move, I thought. And I'd love to just start coming in and doing whatever. This is hurtful and severe. Not that it gets played right away. I don't know, but it's hard. So I need to get out And I thought, do this first, then get out. Seems more powerful. Then I come in. And here. This might be the worst move of the game. I can't see a purpose.
I just felt like there was quite a bit of argy there. And if I play the knight's move or even the one space jump, I just felt like I was leaving quite a bit of argy.
Yeah. I can certainly see it do a lot of things. It's thick, it's trustworthy, but it's so slow. So you're saying any sort of, like let's chase white. And you're saying, well, it's so thin here that things start happening. It's over my head. I can certainly understand what you're saying. You are very prepared to attack now. I see you frozen. I'll let you unfreeze at your own time. So it's thick, it's dependable. You surround me in one move. So maybe not the worst move of the game. So maybe it's good and potentially slow is the way. You're still frozen. I'll keep going here. George tends to have bad connections. I assumed I was alive here. He plays here, and I'm looking. I hate having to read this out. I don't like being surrounded and having to live. So I went this way, which I believe is a mistake. Looks like George is gone, and he's going to log the areas. Oh, unfrozen.
I'm back.
So let's look at, can I live? Well, let's assume I can live. I'm going to call that submitting. I hate submitting here. I have work to do. I've done some catch up, but I haven't caught up yet. I need to press on. So I'm going to go ahead, take my eye away. There's so much I can do. So George says, okay, let's do it. Oh, man, that's great. So knight's move at A, nice and thick at B, making it really hard for white to play in the center now. And then make it one eye, knowing that white can't get an eye. Go ahead, take all my D points away. You're not getting an eye there. That is bold. A wonderful fighting spirit statement. Oh, that's big, though. If I live, it's big.
Yeah, sure.
I've taken a lot of points. Okay, out I come. So I think with the preparation you've done, if I just come out, I'm going to die. You're ready to do anything. I'm just going to die. That's my impression. So I read this and I go, I can do it much, much faster, doing a lot more work. Boom, boom. I read that out a lot. There's a cut here. But if you start cutting, it's going to come down this way, which it did. And then I'm either out or kill some stones. Oh. So let's look at it here. No, because it's Atari. Oh, there's so many things going on here. So I fix, you come this way. which I think is better. And now I'm this heavy, no eyes. Yeah. Yeah. This is the most consistent way to do what you said you're going to do. I really like it. And our original statement about this group, walking the line, I'm stating as white, there's a lot I can do, which I still agree with. It feels that I'll be okay. I got a wonderful option at one. And through the upcoming fight, the corner almost dies. The big group is closer to death. The C almost dies. D almost dies. The entire E group almost dies. The fight was epic, let me tell you. That was great. Love it. Oh, it's long and complex here. Yep.
At this point, I felt like the game was almost over.
Yeah.
Because you're basically connected out, and I've had this horrible cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real statement by White. I'm going to cut you and kill you. You better save, at which point I've helped my group tremendously. But you come back with, well, I'm going to kill you too. Okay, I agree. Come back. Now, I would rather not play this because it hurts the fight in motion. And I'm concerned you'll find a cut. I guess it looks okay. But I thought, heck, there's a wonderful move in the corner. And I can live next move. So it's good to get the Aji going. You're like, let's just cut you. Okay, so maybe I should have just lived. Okay, driving to Suji. My plan was to just play this way, and it's okay, great. I'm just continue to run, and I should be okay. I go, wait a minute, there's a ladder here. I read out the ladder 4 or 5 times, and it's so close to working. So this is the driving Suzuki, right? So I say Atari, driving you into my weak group so that I can say Atari, Atari, and then have my Sente, driving to Suji. But there's a variation on the driving, which is you do it again, and then Atari, and then do your getting out move. So I had that in the back of my head, and I go, well, and all of a sudden we see this long ladder happening. Let's play it through here. Now I've got this, right? With a backup of this going on. So I'm liking where this is going. But I thought, well, it's going to come back to the cut. Now the burden's on him. Oh, this is complex. Okay. So we go Atari, driving to Suji, out. Whoa.
Maybe I should have just taken earlier because I was allowing you all these free, all these Ataris.
Yeah, perhaps. There's so many variations here. Yeah. I don't want to go back and look because it's like, holy cow, there's so many variations. Okay, now, of course, I would love to play here. Your entire upper left group is in serious jeopardy. But one thing at a time. You play this way.
I just realized I can play H8 in Sente. I think that would have helped me.
H. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't see that.
So black can play this in Sente, and that's makes his shape better. I use that against him here. So I play that, threatening the eye, and now I have a bit of a little more to do there. Okay, walking
I
out.
thought you could have just, didn't you have just played h10 instead of that move? Because that threatens the eye, and then you can just connect it.
That's not h10. h10. Full side.
Oh yeah, I just read that wrong.
Yeah. I had planned on doing exactly that because I thought, great, then I get the eye.
Yeah.
I read it twice each time I saw an eye.
Yeah.
I read, and as your habit should be, you keep reading it. When you're thinking, I'm reading all these things, I go, oh my God, it's not an eye. I thought, what am I going to do? Okay, one step at a time. Come on out. Come on out. Oh, we're seeing stuff. Sente. Okay. Then I'm thinking, I've survived. The game's over. And it's like, well, not exactly. This whole fight allows black to come in severely, like here. And you could probably come way in, at which point, am I even alive yet? You know, it's like, but I think you may have mishandled this a little too easy, a little too slow, allowing me to keep points.
I probably could have got M17 in as well, keeping that cut.
Very possibly, yeah. Okay, I have to respond for life. Now, let's look at the A group. The way it turns out, the whole A group gets in jeopardy, and they end up capturing the B stones, but the entire A group still lives. Okay, come up. That's big. This is big. You could really rip some things apart there. Yep. Now I need to live. Oh. Yep. And then I get one Incente and then fix. We're now one step closer. I just saved that, so the A group is officially surrounded. And eyes are not sure yet. So black should immediately play B or C or something because we just now got in trouble. And for the viewers, I'm going to cut or I'm going to cut. If he saves the main cut, this works. So I didn't see this for a while. Sente, okay. Big, yep, big. There's a lot I could do there. And that's 2, 4, 6 points at least in reverse Sente, I think. Then I get this. I thought, great, he's going to resign. He's dead. Like, well, that doesn't work. Oh, I guess it does work. Oh, darn, I thought I had him. And you can't say Atari because that's not an eye. Only one eye. So you can't say Atari first. So I get this Incente. You don't respond. Oh, no, I have to do it exactly right. Atari and throw in. Yeah. Just one eye for the whole group. So we're to get that Incente. That's an important one. It was what was the game? 3 points?
Something like that.
Yeah. It was pretty close. So you see every one of these points so valuable. And when I was a younger man, I loved having all the in-game points in my head. And I'm like, okay, that one's double Sente. I'm looking forward to that one. I hope he doesn't get, and I'm oh man, I cannot begin to do that anymore. I can't even focus through a game, much less get everything going. Oh man, it's hot. Go is so hard. Nice in-game. I like this move. Boom, boom, sure. Yeah, small. Gote.
I should have just harneyed underneath, I think, right? Much bigger.
Yeah, because Sente.
Yeah.
The points are either identical or I get one extra, but your Sente is well worth it. Yeah. That's big. Now here, this is interesting. If you throw in, I don't get either of these points.
Mm.
And as the game progresses, it's a Sente. I have to come back. So not only don't I get them, you get more.
Mm.
So it turns out, though, if you play it, I can get this in because if you take, I'm alive on both sides. Or am I? I thought I was. Looking now, maybe I'm not. So I'm glad you didn't test me. I mean, I was so excited about it, I may have done a misread. So in either case, I'm really glad to get this in. I couldn't read this out. Just put a stone in. Yeah. I'll take my own, thank you. That is a 0-point move, right? Or is it 1? Yeah, if I play there, it's a real point. So it's a 1-point move, threatening 1 point, because it's a snapback. So I take a big move. I think that's an overall gain for me of 1 point. But I don't know. I do a bunch of Sentes. Got to get them in some point. I don't need that. That's silly. And come back to take my point. And now we're in game. Was there anything else? I think that's probably it. This is a little bit big. It's not Sente right now, but I might have to do something immediately. I mean,
otherwise I can get J13 for free.
Yeah, so it's worth an extra point. So that's a point, threatening a point. So that's big. We could spend quite a bit of time working out exactly all the end game. And back in our one don days, our one don days, I'm thinking me and a couple buddies were all one dons, and we're going through these end games, counting them, counting them, counting. How do you count them? Oh, it's so monotonous and detailed. But you start getting an idea of, oh, this is the basic value of these moves. Really worthwhile, but yeah, takes time. And that's it, right? Just in game. And that's it. And the score was 2.5. Oh, that was a good game. Go, George. I think that was a great game.
Very fun.
I mean, it was yours the whole way. Just a few little, 1-point moves.
I mean, I felt like I got quite far behind quite early on. Well, as in you catching up quite quickly in the beginning.
Yeah. maybe I caught up a whole stone quickly, but then you were strong enough. It became difficult. And then that last stone was molasses, just working it out, and finally got a couple extra points. Before we leave, when I said it was became difficult slowly, remind me of something I heard recently. It was an experiment that took it. I believe it's still going on. Years and years. Is tar pitch a liquid or not? You can chink it with a hammer. Ding, ding. It's hard. It's a rock, but it's tar. So they put it in a, let's call it for make coffee, use a drip, and it drips through. Okay, so they put this solid in the drip container and let it sit there. Years go by. Finally, drip. It's a liquid. And then 6 years later, drip. It's like, holy cow. I thought that was fascinating. And that's what I thought. It was like molasses working through this. Just reminded me of that. Okay, George, thanks a lot. That was really fun.
Thanks.
Catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye-bye.